Alright, NG7M again here. Another installment. Keeping the documentation going on this tower project. I've been busy till early this morning and been working on the junction box on the bottom, or the base of the tower. And I'll flip over to that pretty soon. And then working on the tower grounding, actually. Getting ready to do all the bonding of the ground rods together. So I'll give you some details here, show you the junction box. Turned out pretty nice, and the strap, and I've got one more leg to do. I'm taking a break, kind of tired at the moment, so it'll be a good break, do a video here. So here we go. Right, if you've been watching some of my other videos, you can kind of see the progression here, but the main thing I wanted to show today is the conduit's in, which goes along the back of the house, and I've mentioned before, that's the entry panel back there to the shack. And I kept the conduit above ground just so I could add more coax, or fiddle with it. So some guys would have maybe put this in the concrete base, but I kept it above ground so I can deal with it. So what I've been up to is this is a KF7P junction box. And early this morning I got it all tidied up, and so we've got 4 runs coming from the shack of LM-470, and those are Amphenol crimp-on female type N connectors. And then I've got just for the control cable on the left there, that's for an Orion 2800, and these are the this is the junction for the stepper DB18, and so the coax will end up coming out the bottom here and then going up the tower. And as you can see, this is where it's coming in down here, and it turned out pretty nice. I just got a bunch of junk out here, so there you go. There's a kind of a wide shot there of that. It's all shiny. The copper's going to change over time, of course, but right now it's shiny and looks pretty clean. Close that up. Alright, what I've been doing here is grounding the tilt-over base or tower legs with 2-inch strap, and you can kind of get a shot here. These are the grounding strap clamps. Those are 5/8 rods, 8 foot long. Another video of that showing a demolition hammer driving those in. And then I'm also using KF7P. These are really nice if you're not going to weld to the tower legs. He sells these strap clamps, so you've got a stainless steel sheet that goes against the galvanized leg there. Use a bunch of Penetrox, and they're nice. They're spot welded. The stainless steel is spot welded, so it's easy to get everything laid in there nice. And I'm trying to keep that copper off the galvanizing, so there's very little reaction there. So that's completed, and then I'll fill these up and then use CAD weld one-shot pluses to bond all the ground rods together. I'll get another video of that probably later too. So there's one that's completed, and that's actually the second one I did. This one, I should show the strap coming out of the junction box. I'll go back and show that. This one I actually have buried up to the the grounder, and I'll clean that up and get it ready for the one-shot when I bond them all together. But there's actually 2 different pieces here doubled up. One coming down from the junction box and then tied into another piece of 2-inch using, again, the KF7P strap clamps, and down off the base down to the ground rod there. That should give you a good idea. Here, let me come around and I'll show you the again, what's nice on these junction boxes, and the entry panels for that matter, that Chris has available. KF7P. I'm getting a bunch of plugs in. He's local here in Utah, so I'm trying to give him a few plugs. I don't have any other reason than I know him and he's a nice guy. So let me get a better shot here. You can see I did this on the entry panel too. I just fabricated out a heavier piece of copper, then with all stainless hardware. You can see how these entry, or the junction box here, Chris puts these nice gaps right in the back there that are just perfect to get that strap up and then tied into the copper ground plane. And this has copper straps that ground up here, which really for me right now, I'm not really using the ground up there with the control cables. I mean, I will, but there's some, you know, the shield on the coax, and that's about it. I'll tie that on the ground. So, and you thought I was done. I actually got motivated and got things cleaned up. I got that third ground strap in, so all the grounding straps on all three legs of the tilt over in. And I've got to do the CAD welds still. I forgot, I don't think I have any video of the entry panel. So I've got the junction box in the previous little segment that I had. And things are cleaned up. I got to get a shot of the shiny copper while it's still shiny. No, that's not going to last. Covered up or something, but there's another shot of the inside of the junction box. So the winch is covered up there. So let's take a look at the entry panel. And the electrical conduit, as I mentioned earlier, goes along the back of the house here. And not too far away. Well, this is number 6 wire that I'm using to bond the ground rods together with the CAD welds. Can't remember if I mentioned that in one of the earlier videos. Anyway, here's the entry panel, and matches the brick nice. Coax comes up there, and the sun's not the greatest right now. And this is a really dry spot in the yard. I get a little water running along the back here just to kind of wet it down. There's the ground rod, the main ground rod. There's actually 2 there for the shack. And open up the entry panel. There's the Morgan manufacturing, the lightning arresters, and control cable, junction, entry, the shack, that's the big IR actually right there on the bottom, and the Orion is right there if the camera's gonna focus. So there's a little shot of the entry panel. I'm getting close here. I've got the long weekend coming up, and hopefully I can get a lot done. So thanks again for watching, and there'll be more to come.